Hey folks, today we are going to take a deeper dive into the core features of Docuwiz, how you can connect to the source control, how you can upload your OpenAPI specs and enhance that using AI. We'll also be taking a quicker look at how you can customize your workspace using the brand theme and few other collaboration related features like commenting. Without a further ado, let's jump right into it. On the website, as you can see, we have given a try now section. In this section, you can actually connect to your source control and upload your specs without having to log in. So I would recommend you to go to this section if you want to explore how Docuwiz can help in your use cases. It's very easy to create a new workspace as well. You just have to give the name of the workspace and your credentials, and you can choose whether or not to load the sample data in your workspace. Go to the login flow and quickly log into my workspace. Now I am taken to the overview dashboard. The purpose of this dashboard is to give you a high level perspective of the data that you have pre-fed in your workspace, your recent activity, how many people you are collaborating with, and the categories and recipes that you have created till now. You can always go back to the onboarding setup and do the unfinished tasks. Let's start with the guide section. In Docuwiz, the guide section is specially designed for the technical writers who want to collaborate with their teammates and reuse the pre-made templates based on their use case across the company. But first, we'll start with the guide creation flow. There are two ways to create a new guide. You can either start from scratch or you can select a pre-made template. I'll start by choosing a particular template. Let's say that I want to select the third template. I can either edit the template or use this template as it is. You can also go ahead and create a custom template for your use case, which can be used by the teammates across workspace. For now, let's choose this template. I'll use this template, and now you can see that this template is being pasted into the editor. This is a rich text editor which contains several rich components that can cater to almost every use case that are being faced by the technical writers. I'll make the required changes that I want to do to this particular template. If you are comfortable with the Markdown editor, you can also switch to the Markdown mode, and here you can do the required changes. Once you are happy with the changes, you can see the preview of this particular guide. You can see on the right, we have already rendered the table of content based on the H1s and H2s. Here are the rich components that will be rendered in the final UI. As you can see, this is the beautified version of your Markdown. It's always better to collaborate with your teammates in the rich text editor itself. So we gave a commenting feature. You can leave a comment to a specific line, a paragraph, or a text as well. Hey, can you please change the text? So I can leave the comments like this, and I can enter the comment. If I wish to tag a particular person to this thread, I can always tag someone here. I can attach files, I can attach images. As you can see right here, I have uploaded an image. You can attach a file, and then I can directly post it. So you can see that Docuwiz has created a thread of this comment and also has given the scope, like for what scope this comment was posted. Here you can leave reactions. Once you leave this comment, the tagged person will get notified in their notification panel. They can also see the resolved comments and all the comments. You can filter down based on your preference. You can also receive the notifications or emails for this particular comment thread. You can give your preference. If you don't want to get notified about this thread, you can click on nothing, and then you're good to go. So you'll be only notified based on your preference. So this is how you can collaborate in the rich text editor itself. Once you are happy with the changes, you can go to the preview mode. In the preview mode, you can see that the table of content has already been rendered. Docuwiz also supports the revisions. If you want to create a new revision for this, you can duplicate the revision and do the changes in this new revision. And once you are happy with the changes, you can go ahead and publish this particular revision. So I'll publish this revision. Now if I go to the consumer side view, I'll be able to see the changes that I have done in this template. So here you can see the new revision has already been updated. Now coming to the references flow, here you can see the list of all the OpenAPI specs that you have uploaded in this workspace. On the right, you can see the preview of the beautified version of your OpenAPI spec. You can see the overview, the meta descriptions, and the list of endpoints. If I open a particular endpoint, I can see the beautified rendered view of this endpoint. I can try out using different languages, or I can see the error and response code. I can see the responses, the schema and the examples. If you wish to do any change in this OpenAPI spec, you can unpublish this particular spec. You can go to the edit mode, and here you can go to each and every endpoint and make the changes. Here you can switch directly to the editor's mode. On the right you can see the list of warnings which you can fix right by clicking on it, and you'll be taken to that particular warning. You can either manually fix it or you can use the enhance with AI feature. Once you are happy with the changes, you can save those changes. Just like the guides, you can also create revisions for OpenAPI specs as well. If you are happy with the certain revision, then you can directly publish this revision right from here. So Docuwiz allows you to add different endpoints across various OpenAPI specs, and you can also attest the guides into it. So that way you can create one workflow and call it a recipe. So here you can see the list of all the recipes that you have created in the workspace. Let me show how to create a recipe. You can click on the plus icon on the left side nav. Here you can see the list of guides that are created in your workspace. You can select one particular page in that guide. You can click on continue. You can either select multiple pages, then you can continue. Now you can select the endpoints. You can select any endpoint across any API. So let's say I want to select these different APIs. I can give the name to the recipe. I can give it temp, and you can give the description of the recipe. And once you click on submit, you can see that the recipe is created. Here you can also rearrange the sequence. This sequence reflects on the consumer side. So this is the sequence that will be shown in the consumer end. And once you are happy with the sequence, you can save it. So this particular recipe is created on the consumer side as well. Let me take you to the consumer end, and in the recipes tab, you can see the temp recipe is already created. Here you can see the brief overview of that recipe, how many pages and how many guides and the endpoints are added to this recipe. Now coming back to the dashboard, I'll take you to the categories tab. Now Docuwiz allows you to categorize your guides based on different use cases. So here you can create a new category. After clicking on the plus button, you can come to the guide selection flow. Once you have selected your guide, you can continue. There are no references that are published yet, so I'll continue with just one category creation. You can name this category demo category, and once I'm happy with it, I can save the category. So as you can see here, a new category is created along with the value adding products and core API products along with the demo category. So now let's see how this looks like in the consumer side. If I go to the guides tab, here you can see the core API products. The second category is value adding products, and the third category that we recently created was the demo category. So this is how you can categorize your guides and your pages in the guides tab, by creating new categories and assigning those guides to that category. Now we'll take a look at how you can customize your workspace based on your brand theme. We'll go to the settings page, and in this you can go to the last tab, the portal customization tab. Here you can customize how your header will look like for the consumer side. You can decide which tabs to show in the consumer end. You can decide what header to give in your consumer side, what image to give. Here you can also embed your external links, which will directly be shown on the consumer landing page. You can also do the theme customization. You can select the colors. You can see how those colors will look like both in the dark or the light mode. You can upload different logos for different themes, and you can also upload the favicon that will be shown on the Chrome tab. Inviting your teammates will help you easily collaborate with them while creating guides or references by tagging them in the comments. Now, one of the most important features of Docuwiz is AI enhancement. So here you can see that we have given an option to add an OpenAPI key. Soon we'll be launching for Claude as well. So for now, if you have an OpenAPI key, you can connect the OpenAPI key. Now, once you have connected your key, you can come to the guides or the references tab. Let's say you want to enhance this particular spec. So I'll go to the edit mode, and here I can go to the editor tab, and here on the right you can see the warnings. After connecting your OpenAPI key in the settings tab, you can directly click on save and continue, and you can easily enhance the OpenAPI spec. Now that you have fully set up your workspace by adding OpenAPI specs, creating guides using templates, enhancing your OpenAPI specs using AI, creating categories for guides, and adding recipes as workflows, and finally setting up your workspace based on your brand theme. So if you want to connect to your source control and push all these changes that you have done in this workspace to your source control, you can come to this section where you can add your repository details. For GitHub or GitLab, we support both of the source controls. Either pull the data that's already there in your repository, or you can commit and push the changes that you have done in your current workspace. You can select which files to push to the source control and enter the commit message, hey, and you can easily sync. That the changes are already pushed to the source control. Now we have successfully synced our workspace with the source control, where you can access the data from your repository or push the files that you have uploaded in this workspace in one single click. So this was all about the key features of Docuwiz. If you have any questions or queries regarding the product features, you can comment down below. See you next time.